So we're in Cebu, and it's 5:30. So this is what it's like driving in Cebu at 5:30. A little bit crazy. And this is, like, I gotta be honest, it's a little bit stressful, right? Like, it's a battle to get anywhere. No one wants to give up an inch. Nobody. Not one car wants to let you in. And if you swerve a little bit, an inch or two to the left or the right, you hit
Take
the
the next
scooter
left
next
at
to
Jose
you.
Maria del Mar.
These scooters just come flying up around you, so you can't be careful enough. And yeah, trying to find a vehicle without a dent on it is that's a losing game. Yeah, this is so crazy. Here we go. Oh, this guy got all kinds of jacked up.
In 400 meters, turn left toward Benilid Road, Governor M. Cuenco Avenue.
Look at all the water lines on the road right there. Can you see that? All those white tubes. These are different people's water supplies.
These wires are so bad.
Ushi's always talking about the wires if you look up.
But that one's straight.
One thing I like, and I've talked about this before, is everyone here has their windows tinted all the way around. You know, most people have limo tint on the front windshield, and I like that privacy. Like, I have no problem seeing out. And if you don't know anything about window tint, or you don't know this about window tint,
Take the next left toward Benilid Road, Governor M. Cuenco Avenue, then turn right onto Benilid Road.
it's a lot harder for your eyes to adjust when your front windshield is not tinted or it's tinted lightly and your side windows are dark. Then you can't see out your side windows. It makes it very difficult. But
take the next
when all
right
your
onto
windows are
Benilid
dark,
Road, Governor M. Cuenco Avenue.
the lights coming in all angles the same, so it's like at night your eyes adjust. When you have no tint on your front windshield, your eyes adjust to that, and when you try to look out the sides, you can't see. So it's as if I don't have tint on, even though I have limo all the way around my vehicle. For me, even though I'm surrounded by walls right now, you can't really tell. But I love the privacy it affords me. So there's the vehicle I used to have, the Navara. Now I have my blinker on and nobody will let me over. The only way to get over is just to cut someone off. You just have to force them into a situation where they'll wreck if they keep going, but that is the norm. It's what they do. I can't believe they don't all road rage, right? It's just normal. It's just how you do it. And look, the scooters just keep going. They'll pile up all up there at the front, and they just keep coming.
They are skippers.
They just keep coming.
These scooters are skippers.
So it's just me and Ushi in Cebu today. We came here Sunday. It's Tuesday. We'll probably be here till Thursday or Friday. I took the week off. And look, they just squeeze in all the way. You're just as far as you can see.
They're skippers.
It's just scooters.
They're skippers.
somehow I've got to get right? Like, how am I going to do that? There's cars that don't want to let me over, and there's scooters that want to be in the middle. And what's messed up is they'll even take my spot behind this car. As we start going, like, this guy will pull in, the guy behind him will pull in, and you almost can't go anywhere. So when I first came here, I had I bought a nice truck. It was see, this car won't let me over, but I'm just gonna squeeze. But see, he doesn't want to let me in. And then the scooter, there we go. I just had to force my way. But it's more stressful when you have an expensive vehicle, right? Like I had a 2018 Navara, really nice, low mileage. And like, I'd hate having that Raptor. Because you got to worry about just dents.
In 600 meters, turn left onto Pope John Paul II Avenue.
But with this car, honestly, this is a beater. Like, I bought this thing. It's in great condition. It has like one dent on it. Paint's great. But I don't have to worry about it. I don't care about it. I paid cash for it. It's just a it's nothing fancy.
But it is cool.
But it's cool. It's a cool ride. Everything on it works. The AC is cold. It's a 2021. I think I paid 330,000 pesos, which is right around $6,000. Not much for a newish car. Woo, almost missed that one.
Dad, you scared me.
Scared me. Shit.
No, Dad, you scared me.
The landscape of Cebu has changed so much. When I used to come here up until 2009, there wasn't a tenth of these sky rises. They are just building sky rises everywhere, and downtown Cebu is not recognizable. Someone that left here in 2005 or 2007, I'd venture to say they'd struggle.
Turn left onto Pope John Paul II Avenue.
They'd struggle to find their way around. Like, none of the landmarks are the same. You can't recognize anywhere. I used to know my way around Cebu, and honestly, the landscape has changed so much, I don't know where I am, just because all the sky rises throw you off. Every place you used to know, you don't recognize. Now we're living in Dumaguete now, which the more I come back to Cebu, the more I realize I love Dumaguete. It's just a small town. I already have a group of friends there that I hang out with, that I socialize with daily, and traffic is minimal. It's a fraction of this, especially where I live. I live outside of Dumaguete in Valencia. And if Valencia started to grow into, well, first it would have to grow into a Dumaguete, and even Dumaguete is not a fraction of Cebu. But already I don't even want to be in a Dumaguete. So what the hell is this thing doing? If Valencia started
Continue
to grow,
for 2 kilometers.
I would move outside of it. I would move outside to the next town beyond Valencia, and there's a sweet spot where you're 15 minutes away from shopping centers, but you don't have to contend with this. One thing about the Philippines, and I'm not an expert on Asia, I remember I've been to a couple Asian countries. I've visited Thailand a few times. I've visited Singapore. Yeah, Singapore. But And the Philippines, it just has this dust cloud. And it's got this fine dust, and it settles on everything. And we don't have that in the US, right? It takes a while to get used to that. Like you'd have to wash your car daily if you want to keep it shiny. And it gets sucked into your house, and it's funny because I'll go in stores, right? And it'll be like a toy store, and all the toys will be new, but the plush toys will have like dust, so much dust sitting on them where they've been in there a few months. They're discolored from the dust. And all the boxes has dust on them. Like you can really see it. Like certain stores you go into, if they don't do a good job of cleaning, the dust builds up, and you can really see just how much there is. And I wonder why that is. I don't know if it's because, like, the type of dirt these islands are comprised of, like they're like remnants of volcanic eruptions, and it's like volcanic ash essentially. It's just, if you drive down a road that's not paved, it's gonna kick up this fine, look at them, they're so close, man. But it's gonna kick up this fine dust, and it gets in your clothes, your hair, your body. You've got to shower every night when you go home, or else you're gonna get your bed dirty. There's some downsides to, I can understand the allure to wanting to live in the US. People that have come to the US from the Philippines that I've met that came there for the first time, the first thing they talk about is how clean the air is and how clean everything is, which I didn't appreciate that before, but today I can appreciate it. Look at this. Not a super nice car, but there's wealth in the Philippines. I'll tell you right now, there's definitely some wealthy people. But you'll see the craziest things in the Philippines. Like this guy in the window next to me, he's just... I regularly see people walking down the road naked. It seems every time I come to Cebu, I see a guy walking down the road nonchalantly naked. Just nonchalant as nonchalant can be. Man.
What's nonchalant?
Nonchalant means not caring. Let me... Hey, brother, hey! Yeah, we're 14 minutes in. But I'll tell you, I do love being here. I do. It's stressful. There's a lot of things that upset you, but man, if you have any type of U.S. retirement, or maybe you're retired from the military, or you have some disability, or you have some rental income, you can retire here. When you couldn't afford to do that in the U.S., man, they just come within inches, right? Like, and it's constant.
You could not even move that.
But they are... I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Look, they are the kings of inefficiency. Like, I don't care what you go do. I went and got power turned on for a condo. I had to go to PLDT. And they're like, wait in this line, fill up this form, take the paper back, go over to this line, fill up another form. take the paper back, go to this other line, pay, go, like everything you do is 10 times less efficient than it could be, than just like a commoner would design it in the US. And it's not their intelligence. One of the smartest guys I ever met was Filipino. Man, I mean, dude could like solve 3-dimensional Rubik's cubes in like 30 seconds. He could do math, long form math in his head. I mean, just, so it's not an intelligence thing. It's just a diplomatic thing. Like they refuse to spend any money on anything. The business owners here, they just don't care. They don't care how inefficient it is. They don't care because they know you have no choice whatsoever. They know there's nothing you can do, and they don't care how long you have to wait. They would, even if you're talking about 0.001% of their revenue, right? If you look at they don't care. And anything they do, they charge you for. So for example, you're going to pay some $5,000 or something. And they're like, oh, I'm going to pay debit. And they're like, okay, well, there's a 1.5% fee. It's like, it's freaking debit. Or I go to PLDT and they're like, sir, we got to copy your license. We have to copy your driver's license. I said, okay. They said it's 5 pesos. I'm like, you need a copy of my driver's license and you're going to charge me, and why even print it out? Just scan it. You're going to print it out. They have stacks of paper, just stacks of applications stapled together with, 5 copies of everything.
Not normal.
Yeah, it's just not normal. And man, I hate to say it, and it's not their fault. Like, they know the same thing. They the people working there know this. It's the business. It's the wealthy business owners that they know they have you. They know you have no options, right? But I think as a foreigner coming here, I think we can do better in business because we're willing to streamline those processes. We're willing to spend the money to make a really efficient system. It's normal for us. I think that's why Chinese and Koreans and foreigners come here and excel, because they're not willing to do that, and we are. And again, I think it's the elite business owners that just don't care. Ultimately, it's not about, they almost get a joy out of inconveniencing you, because the things that are anyone sitting in those seats or dealing with these companies can see the inefficiency. It's not like it's just limited to Americans. Come on.
In 400 meters, turn right.
So anyway, I'm just sharing some of the experiences of being in the Philippines, some of the negative, the positives. We'll talk about some positives. The people they don't rage. You can cut them off. They're going to do it to you. You have to get used to it too. It's, I digress from that. Let's switch gears real quick. I'll see foreigners I saw a foreigner get out of a car and he like cut off the Filipino and was yelling at him because he got cut off. But it's their culture here. But at the same time,
turn right.
Now, here's the irony, is that we adopt those things. Like, foreigners do the same thing. A second, I don't know where I'm at here, so I'm just
In
following
200
this.
meters, turn left toward Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard.
So there's no way to maneuver in traffic without cutting people off like they do. So the foreigners, the expats, whatever you want to call them, they'll adopt this. They'll cut people off. But when they get cut off,
Take the next left toward Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard, then turn right onto Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard.
Sorry, as if I'm not one of them. But they'll get upset, right? Like you.
Take the next right onto Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard.
And that's wrong, right? Like if you're gonna use those mechanisms like forcing your way into traffic and expect them not to get upset, you're gonna adopt that way of driving. You can't regress into getting upset when someone cuts you off. So right now I'm just gonna pull out, and the person behind me is gonna have to slow down.
In 600 meters, keep right to stay on Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard.
Oh, he's going in front of you and he's going to slow you down.
That's all right. The food here is amazing. The food in the Philippines, there's so many delicious foods. It's hard to find healthy food. Filipinos love two things above all other things. They love, number one, fried food. They love fast food, they love fried food, and they love sugar. They love Cokes. They love Coke. They love Coke and sweet tea. And I say that like Americans don't, but man, at least we have some healthy options. Like when I can go to a restaurant, and just about every restaurant has a salad, or it's hard to find a healthy option here. You really have to go out of your way to find a decent, healthy option. Like you have to plan it out. You have to look for a restaurant.
Keep right to stay on Sergio Osmeña Jr. Boulevard.
But, all right, I'm going to give you guys a break. Until next time.